Here we are in the College of Nursing Event Center, and we're having a look at the podium touch panel, the microphones, the speakers, and how to use Zoom, and how to use the microphones. And we have two different video camera systems in this room. This one is called the one-link bridge camera. There's only one camera in this system. We have this one on the podium because it's a more expensive, newer camera. And also, it can be connected to a laptop via that USB cable. You would pull that cable out of the side of the monitor and plug that into your laptop. You would also need to connect this HDMI cable to your laptop, and there is a HDMI to USB-C adapter available at the podium should your laptop use USB-C. This camera overhead here is connected to something called the Dazzle video system, and there are 4 cameras in this room that are on that system. So to use those cameras that are primarily to show the room and different views of the podium, you would have to go into Zoom and select the Dazzle video option, and I'll show you how to do that. So right now the podium lectern microphone is active. There is a little green light on there and a switch at the bottom. That green light must be on. You push that switch to turn it on if it's not on, in order for this mic to be active. And you set the volume for that microphone right here on the podium. See that bottom blue button says lectern mic? You have to have that selected, and then you press the arrow buttons in order to set that. And this source button is for the computer volume. Usually having both the lectern mic and the source volume button at midpoint is sufficient. And so what we want to do is launch Zoom. So go over here and I'm going to launch Zoom. And I'm going to click this gear icon up here. So this is for your audio and video settings. And so we're going to go to video. Where are we? Where's my mouse cursor? Oops. Video settings. So we see now, we're seeing the one-link bridge camera, and that's it right there. But we also see it here selected under cameras in Zoom. And so if we go to cameras on the touch panel, whoops, I hit the wrong button. So this screen that just came up is for some protected functions. And should you need some advanced functions like turning the screen on and off and leaving the calling monitors on, or putting up the screen while the rest of the system is on, an AV support tech can help you with that. Or if you call this number, a AV support tech or IT support tech can guide you through logging in the password and setting that. So actually I pushed the wrong button to get this login. I pushed that gray area. But what I had wanted to push was cameras. So as I was saying, we see one-link bridge is highlighted in blue, and that's that camera out there, the center one. And one-link bridge is selected here. However, we have 4 other cameras there, and if we want to select a different one, it's still showing one-link bridge. So what we have to do is go into this camera control here in Zoom settings. You can also click the camera icon once your meeting is launched, and you select this one down here, which is Dazzle video. And now that shows you the camera showing a room view. Now for all of these cameras, we have pan and tilt, see, and zoom controls. And what it does here on the video, you can see it tilting and panning the video and zooming. You know, so you can do that with these buttons. So that's pretty much how to use the video. And so if we select audio here, first thing we want to do is test the speakers. And so we're hearing the speakers. We're seeing echo canceling speakerphone selected in the speaker source, and that's what we want selected. So we're going to turn that off, and now we're going to test the microphone. We come down here, hit test microphone, and we say, hello everybody, can you hear me okay? And then we wait to hear it play back. Hello everybody, and we got audio. It will be a little bit louder than we're hearing in the room now on Zoom. You can set the volume of the computer through source and hear it louder, or set it with the actual computer volume in the software. And here in the event center, we do have 3 handheld wireless mics. Right now, 2 are set up for audience questions out there in the audience on stands, and 1 is here on the podium. The switch is just up top here, and this is the handheld wireless microphone. The switch is just on top here, and you see there's a battery indicator that comes up. This one's on full, and normally your AV technician or IT technician will change out the batteries before your meeting begins. Should you need an additional battery somehow during your meeting, there should be one available in the side drawer here. We do have one there, sitting right there, and there are more batteries available in this bottom charger. However, usually the AV tech will take care of that, but if not, you just pull up on the little doors on that bottom charger and pull the battery out. So that's pretty much a wrap on how to, I did want to go over one other thing here. So when we're using the one-link bridge camera, and I'm going to switch it back because that's what we're going to use for our upcoming meeting. If you switched it back and you didn't switch it back here on Zoom, you would see this blue screen. So what you want to do is come over here and select it back to one-link bridge. So then you see that camera again. However, there's this camera tracking button here. So right now, camera tracking is off. And I actually like to keep that off after I set the view of the camera, because if you turn it on and then you stand up and move around, it may alter the view you set. So I think it's better to keep it off. This button down here is for the ceiling mics. So right now they are active, and that's how we want to keep them. So the audience or the people at the tables can be heard. We have many ceiling mics overhead, and they're very sensitive. But these mics only feed the audio to Zoom. They don't actually feed the signal to the room speakers. So what you would want to do is, if before your meeting starts, there are some private conversations going on at the tables that you don't want to be heard, you would turn this off, and then you would turn it by pressing the blue button. You turn the ceiling mics off. See, that's how you turn them on and off. But you want to have that on during your meeting so people on Zoom can hear the audience or the people at the tables and, making statements, asking questions. But it's sometimes better to have that off before your meeting, just to keep private conversations private